This is Kapil Mehta wishing a very good morning to all the viewers who are out there. And let me just say it uh, before starting that everybody should be good at your homes. I wish that all the people at your homes are safe and healthy. By starting this webinar, I would like to say that we have got a very talented and young professional CA, Mr. Shubham Mehta. Shubham, we do welcome, I do welcome, in fact, on the behalf of Parul University
Thank,
to this webinar. Thank you for coming, Shubham.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, so I mean, nowadays what's happening is small time business owners, especially related with food and beverage service, they struggle. They struggle to run their business very successfully and, in fact, with the perseverance. But at the same time, what happens is they are somewhere lagging behind whenever it is concerned with competition. Is there. So regarding that only, what did we think in PIHM City, that is a part of Parul University? What did we think that uh, if you want to run your business very successfully, there must be a knowledge with you regarding the accounts and the financial management that is there. So we brought this webinar exclusively for you to understand that to make sure that you people get professionally well versed with money management and the record transactions for it, and how and why it is so important, that will be shared by CA Shubham Mehta. So Shubham, welcome again to the platform, and now it's over to
Thank you very much, Kapil sir. First of all, I want to thank to Parul University and you as well for giving me a chance to represent in this webinar. And I would like to thank specifically to Parul University for conducting such type of webinar, because it is the best way to use the time. Like we all are going through a national international disaster like COVID. So in this pandemic, the best way all the students and all the people can utilize their time by attending and by joining this type of webinar. So I think it is a great work which has been done by Pardon University and your entire team. So I think it is very good. So first of all, we would like to, as you said, that many businesses are collapsed due to some financial problem, due to some planning issues, due to some accounting problem. So I have an example related to that also. So here I want to present my slide with that particular example. Should I go ahead? Hello.
Yes, you're audible. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay. So here's my presentation for today's webinar. Um, First of all, we are like this webinar is linked with the topic importance of accounting in hospital industry, correct? So, sir, Kapil sir, you said that many small businesses collapsed due to lack of planning, due to lack of accounting knowledge, due to lack of awareness of how to manage your business, and that kind of things, which which happen in small businesses and which led it to the closure of business. Okay, so I have an example of that. Actually, I belong to a Wagri community, which is here in Rajasthan. So there is a Wagri and Mewari community which used to live in Maharashtra for last 50 to 100 days, and all those person and all those had business related to hotel industry, and their business linked to small business, like they were engaged in the restaurant business, they were engaged in hotels, they were engaged in guest house, etc. Okay, so they could survive till the time there was no competition, because we all we all know that in earlier period, like to 20, 15 to 20 years before, there was no such competition in the market. So all those people could survive till the time there was no competition, correct? But when the competition started in the market, their business their business down. Reason being, they were not focused on how to manage their business. They were not focused to how to cope up with the accounting processor and what kind of method they should use for their business, because uh, they had some liquidity kind of issue, because there were no control over how much they earned, how much they expended. They no not maintain any kind of record, so which led to the closure of business, correct? So after that, all those people were started to return their home just because of less earning, okay? And their children also got unemployed because they were not interested to taking their paternal business further. Reason being, they lost their hope to how to cope up with this situation, and they were not due to literacy, they were unable to mitigate this problem of accounting and recording of books of account. So as a chartered accountant, I personally went for to identify, to analyze what were the possible causes behind their failure, okay? So on discussion with few of them, and most of them said to me, the main possible reason was lack of management skill, lack of handling cost effective business, lack of future eyesight, lack of financial management skills, and liquidation, of course. So all those people were said to me that their business collapsed because they did not have any a great eyesight, and they did not have any management skill, they did not have any accounting exposure, so due to which their business collapsed, right? So as you said that small business collapsed in very small term and in very short time. The reason behind that is one and only that they have not record, and they have not control over their expenditure and income, and they did not maintain any kind of records what they have earned and what they are expended on their business, which resulted as a failure of business, correct? So uh, to continue our today's webinar, I want to first of all to all of you that what is accounting, because if we are asking that importance of accounting in hospitality industry, so first of all we should be aware of what is accounting, okay? So in a general terms and in a very layman language, if anyone asks me to the definition, anyone asks me the definition of accounting, so I would say to him, like in a very general and any very layman language, that accounting is a process of recording financial transaction, like what are the expenditure your business occurred, what are the income your business earned, and what is the final outcome and what is the final profit to your business, correct? So the accounting process includes summarizing, analyzing, reporting this transaction, and oversight agencies and regulators, and this help with the taxation point of view as well, like how much your business earned. It depends. You can identify it through a proper accounting. Otherwise, you never got the result how much you earned. So if you have a proper accounting, you can find that how much you earn and what is your business outcome very well. Apart from that, we would say that accounting tells you whether or not you are making a profit, whether what your cash flow is, what the current value of your company's asset, what is your net worth, okay, and which part of your business are actually making money. Because we all of know that nowadays business is divided between so many segments. For example, if a particular hotel is organized by a group of company or a group of person, they have three or four segment in their business. Like the first one is room service, hospitality completely. The second one is restaurant service. So there are so many segments which people generally which people generally like which people generally including in their business, in day-to-day business. So if you have proper accounting, then you can identify which segment is giving you more profit, and where you should focus. Correct. So in that term also accounting is important. Or an accounting business, the moment you enter the business transaction, accounting begins with the moment you enter a business transaction. Any activity or any event that involves your business money into your company's ledger, all such transactions related to your business are to be recorded with a proper accounting to finalize what your business is doing and how it is growing. Correct. So this is what the normal and general meaning of accounting. What you have earned, what you have expended, record it in a properly manner, so that you can identify what is you are getting in return. Correct. So here we learn what is accounting. Now we are moving forward to why is accounting important in hospitality industry. uh, Okay. Why is accounting important in hospitality industry? Now, see, uh, accounting is important in every business. Like not even your hospitality industry. Every business needed accounting because in middle times as an answer for the growth and development of commerce and travel. But since then, over the years, it has been active in various industry like hospitality as well. Practicing a systematic mechanism, maintenance of financial records, summarizing them will eventually help a hotelier to plan budget. If you have a proper accounting, then you can make a chart, you can make a budget, how far you can go, and what are kind of the expenditure you are currently doing. How can you control them if they are like unnecessary expenditure? All these things is important in every business, and in the service sector it is most important to record all the transaction where your money is going. Correct. So in terms of hotel management, I can say accounting gives you a proper tracking of bills, like how much you have earned till the date, recurring dues, what are the dues pending with your debtors, and what are the dues pending with your other vendors, plus sales and journal approvals, like how much amount you sales till date, what are the journal approval, and what kind of adjustment done you in your accounts. While keeping a tab on further, proper accounting and proper records of book will provide you the total occupancy of your hotel as well. Like if you maintain a proper record, then you can identify that how much rooms are available, how much rooms are occupied, and what should be the charge for a particular room, what should be the charge for a B type room. All these things can be happen only if you have a proper accounting. Otherwise, you cannot you can never finalize the amount of your services. Correct. And is proper accounting also provide average daily rate, room revenue, guest satisfaction survey, all these things directly and indirectly related to your accounts, relating to your accounts. Correct. So operating budgets and financial benchmarking also important because uh, accounting is, I can say that accounting is important for business like oxygen. If you don't have proper oxygen, then it is important to survive. So if you don't have the control over your expenditure and income, then it is very difficult for a business to survive for a long term. Otherwise, what you spent it and what you invested in your business will once in a while uh, will expend it over all your expenditure over all your business activity, and in return of that you will never find a proper income and proper profit, correct? So I think this is the main reason why accounting is important in hospitality industry. Further, we can say that if you have a proper accounting, then hospitality industry wholly related to a service sector. So if you have proper accounting, then you can identify the time and payroll management. You can provide incentive to your workers. You can forecast daily sales profitability, and you can perform monitoring over all your expenditures. Correct. And implemented in business, it will also enhance the chances of investment. Hello.
Okay, Shubham. Yes, Shubham, just wanted to ask, can you please clarify the meaning of time and payroll management so that it becomes easy for others to understand uh, the
Yeah, yeah.
importance of accounting in this time?
Okay. The time and payroll management, like if you have a proper accounting system, then you can identify that who attended your who attended your customer, how much time they have given to your customer, and how much a particular what is the what is the efficiency of a particular employee, and you can evaluate their efforts in term of monetary term. Like you can evaluate their efforts in monetary term as well. How much time they have given to your organization, how they attended to your customers. If you have record of all these things, then you can provide them you can provide them incentive to encourage their efforts for the business.
Okay.
So if you have proper accounting, then it would be possible. Otherwise, I think it is more difficult to encourage an employee in a monetary term. Correct. So
Okay,
this
so
is the
that means
main
it
thing
is
which
kind of a thing which increases the productivity, or it
correct,
measures the
correct.
productivity of employees in order to remunerate the ones who have given their efforts for strengthening the quality services and getting the output that we want. So that's what it means, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, please.
Okay, okay. So okay, if you have a, we can say that there are so many examples where a person and where a new entrepreneur start their business with very small amount. Okay, and with this quality of service, with the proper accounting system, with the proper business plan, they they got investor to invest in their business. Because if you have proper planning, if you have proper accounting system, then people will be interested to invest in your business, and it enhances the chances of investment in your business by investing. Correct. So we see so many example where a person started with a small startup. Hello.
You're audible. The presentation went off. I think. You're audible. The presentation went off. Yeah, it's now on. Yeah.
No. Okay. So if you see, so many people started, so many young entrepreneurs start their business with new type of ideas in a hospitality industry. We can see they starting business like restaurant and etc. In initial phase, they started with small amount what they have. Correct. But with the quality of service, with the proper accounting system, they enhance chances of investment in their business. Because so many person in our country as well as in foreign countries, uh, so many businessmen and so many industrial interested to invest this kind of services. So if you have proper accounting, if you have proper business plan, then I think it enhance your chances of investment. And further, uh, what is the growth of your accounting is also important. What is the growth of your business is also depend upon accounting system, because it elaborate the growth of your hospital, your hotels. Correct. Further, I would like to include in it that nowadays we all see that most of hotels and most of service sector restaurant all went through like online portal like Vibo, Make My Trip, Swiggy, etc. So people generally booked their room services and their restaurant foods from through this online portal. So if you do not have a proper accounting, then it is impossible for you to record that how much you have earned from this portal. Correct. So if you see that in this online portal system, so many times uh, people cancel their services, like people cancel their booking. So in that situation, hotels and all the other uh, businesses have to refund the amount to the person. So if you have a proper accounting, then you can identify how much to be refunded to the person, how much you have to charge as a cancellation fees, as a processing charges. Okay, so I think it is a win-win situation for customer as well as the hoteliers. Correct, because if you don't have a proper accounting, then it is difficult for your business as well to how much they have to refund, and it is difficult for the customer also, because they also lost the money. So I can say that if you have proper accounting, then this kind of challenges can be easily mitigated. Correct. So I think there are so many few little things which is important to understand why accounting is important in your hospital industry. Now we moving forward to the objective. Like, we understood what is the why it is important. Now we are moving to the objective of the accounting. The first one is identify and record transaction, what you have earned, what you have expended. All the expenditure should be properly identified and recorded. Correct. Then it also helps to fixation of taxes, to the government compliances. Okay, provide economic data on business, like what is the growth of your business. Also provide control over asset and liability. If you have proper accounting, then you can calculate your net worth. Then you can calculate how much assets you have and how much liabilities you have to pay. Correct. And also it provide control over cash, like how much your business is earning in cash, monetary cash terms, and how much you are expended in monetary cash terms. So these are basic six objective, which is which is hello, hello.
Yes, Shubham, you're audible.
Yeah.
Quite
Okay. Okay.
audible.
I thought I lost my connection. Okay.
No, no,
No
it's
problem.
not.
So these are the objectives of accounting in the hospitality industry as well as in all businesses. Like, now there is a situation like at present we all know that we are going through a tough time of COVID-19. Correct. So many businesses at present are shut down due to this situation and this due to this problem. The reason behind that, they don't have a liquidity to survive in this pandemic time. They don't have a proper planning to survive in this pandemic time. All those businesses who have proper accounting, who had implemented proper accounting in their businesses, they are more or less they are continuing their business with the hope of a bright future. Like, they had proper accounting, so at present they are controlling over their expenditure. they are reducing cost, they are maintaining adequate cash flow. Correct. If people don't have proper accounting, then all the controls over this kind of things is not possible. So if you have proper accounting, then you can survive in this pandemic as well, because you have control over all your expenditures, you have control over all your plans, and you have control over your cash inflow and cash outflow. And proper accounting leads to the industry over services, and over reducing the fixed expenses as well. So yeah. So accounting also provide you and also cope up with this current pandemic with a proper planning and with a like uh, good business plan. Now we are forwarding to the accounting is rewarded for hotelier Kosha. The I would like to say that if you have proper accounting, it will provide you a reward as well, because performance of your employees and your business will be properly evaluated. You can identify department wise income, as I said earlier that all businesses have separate segment in their business. Correct. So if you have separate department, then you can identify which department is giving you more return, and where you have to focus. All this thing would be happen if you have proper accounting. Correct. The third thing is cash flow. A good accounting is provide you cash inflow, details of cash inflow, details of cash outflow, etc. And operation widget and P&L widget also being rewarded by the accounting for all hotelier for sure. Okay, if you have proper accounting, then operation visit helps you with printed sales and journal to be approved, recurring dues, paid bills, banking summary, bills to be approved. All these all these things can be properly maintained at your business level. And performance overview, like you can evaluate your performance through the room availability, room revenue, sold rooms, occupancy, and what your employee are doing, and you can evaluate your employees performance through all these things. Okay. And if you have a proper accounting, hello.
Yes, yes.
uh, okay. Okay. Department wise income, proper accounting also provide better envision and analyze department wise income, which department is giving you more benefit and which department is bringing down your business. P&L widget also provide you gain, insight, profit, and loss, and also provide hotel portfolio on a single dashboard. And cash flow also gives you, like I said, better management of payable and receivable. How much you have to pay to your creditors and how much you have to receive from your debtors. All these things will be happen through a proper accounting only. Otherwise, otherwise you invested in your business, and if you have not control over your expenditure and income, then in result of that you will get a disaster or failure only. Correct.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Hello.
I think the presentation is switched off. Shubham. Can we move again? Yeah.
Now is it visible?
Yes, it is. It is visible. It is clearly visible.
Okay. Okay. So as we started with our story, we understood what is accounting in simple language. I would like to say that accounting simply means record of your expenditure and record of your income, which is related to your business. To find out what is your business is earning and what is the growth of your business. If if I relate it to your hospitality industry, then I can simply say that if you have control over your expenditure, because hospitality industry is fully related to services, fully or partially related to services. So I think uh, importance of accounting enhanced there or increased there, because in service sector you are like uh, unaware about how much you have to pay for your expenditure. Like it is more difficult, because if you are dealing in goods, then it is simple. You purchase a particular good on 10 rupees and you will sell it to 12 rupees, correct? But in hospitality industry and in service sector, you have to maintain a proper planning, that how much you have to expend on your services and how much in return of that you have to earn. So all these things is related to each other. As we started with the story, now I am like I'm provide you.
Yeah, Shivam, I think it's muted automatically, or
Yeah, sorry, there was some
no
communication issue.
problem. No problem. Please.
Okay. Yeah. So we can see that this is the main thing which is important to understand. Now I would like to have some question from student as well.
Fine, are we done with the presentation?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, meanwhile, see, I've got two, three questions, not much more than that. I mean, those I think that they deserve to be asked. And questions are always a sign of your session that it has been interesting. And I'm so glad that we had a very good session regarding the technical knowledge about how accounting is an important art or tool in the business management. So the question for you is, I mean, one of the students wants to say, is manual accounting, is a manual accounting or automatic accounting, that is what we have, mechanical accounting. Do we have kind of uh, places where we can find loopholes? Now, people, I want to actually elaborate this question. What the student wanted to say is, there are so many loopholes in the accounting system that can be, if they can be cracked, they can provide a kind of a panacea for the people who are with the bad intentions to evade the taxes. So, do you think there are still some kind of loopholes which are still there in the accounting system as far as the uh, government's approach is concerned for spreading the framework, the very framework for businesses to follow regarding the tax payment or the kind of obligations which are there, which are related with CSR and all. So, do you think any of the loopholes are there, or do you think any kind of a system which can be uh, or any mistakes which can be undone to reap the benefits of the taxation system in India?
Yeah. I can say that there are too many loopholes at present in accounting system, and it depends upon like how you are recording your expenditure and income. if you have fully manual accounting, then I can say so many times while conducting audit, we identified so many observations where the accountant where the accountant overwrited the expenditures, and where the accountant arranged the bill with higher value. So we can say there are so many loopholes and issue in manual accounting, as well as in automated or software based accounting also, because it depends upon how your software is doing. Like there are 2 3 software which allows you to enter which allows you to enter post dated expenditure also. So at present our government knows all these things. At present our government knows all these things, all these loopholes. That's why government decided to mandatory that's why government decided to mandatory uh, install an audit trail tool in all the softwares, because now the not now what we understand that government is force the trying to force all accounting industry and all accounting softwares to install a audit trail tool in their system, so that if anyone adjusted and if anyone cancelled any particular voucher, any particular entries, they can easily find out. We can say that there are so many loopholes because we identified more instances of backdated entries. We identified more instances of manual journal entries. Correct. So, like, yeah, it is correct that loopholes are there, but government is also focusing to mitigate this, and they are planning to implement audit trail tools, and they are focusing they are focusing that it has to be mandatorily installed by all accounting software. Sir, Kapil sir, you are mute.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Now, second question is related with the PPT only that you had explained very well. But some of the students wanted to know what is P and L widget. I think it was there. The P and L widget, which was there.
Yeah.
Can you please
So
explain it?
actually, yeah, sure. Uh, P&L widget, like first of all, I will say that P&L simply means profit and loss. Correct. So yeah, it aligned with your goals. It aligned with your business goals, where you have to focus and insightful profit and loss details of the hotel portfolio on a single workflow. Like what I said, P&L widget provides you what is your goals and where you have to focus. It provides it provides the detail of total revenue. It provides the detail of total expenditure, and you should have to focus where you are like uh, you are doing loss, and where you are uh, unable to survive.
Thank you very much for answering that question too. Now, since that there is a question from the student and the question of mine also, this is a very easy question, but at the same time, it is very confusing. The question is about the service charges. I mean, since hospitality industry is a part of service industry, so there are so many rules and regulations regarding service charges or service tax, which was there, I think, before GST came in. Can you please give
Correct,
a
correct.
glimpse on it? How many taxes are actually applicable to a service or F&B service outlet or any kind of business which is related to hotels? How many kind of taxes are applicable to that for a small organization?
Okay. Yeah. I would like to say that in a simple manner, there is only one tax which is applicable at present, that is goods and service tax only. But so many businesses and so many hotels are charging apart from that, like service charge. They are also included in their bills and invoices GST plus service charge. Okay, in the start when the GST first implemented, so many hotels and so many restaurants charged two amounts. First one is for service charge and second one is for GST. And when it comes in the news and when it came through so many news and through social media, government made it clear that there is only one tax at present, which is goods and service tax. So there is no any other applicable indirect tax. Okay, direct tax is also applicable in hotel industry. But if we are saying about indirect taxes, then I can say that goods and service tax GST is also GST is all only applicable to the hotels. And small businesses is not required to get registered if their turnover is less than 40 lakh. Like if they have their turnover is up to 40 lakh, then they are not required to get registered themselves.
So what I could hear is there is a limit of income on which the service or GST charges are imposed.
No, no, it is not the limit of income, it is the limit of turnover. Correct. So if your turnover is below 40 lakh, then you are not required to get yourself registered under GST.
Okay, so if we have, let's say, if someone has a tea stall which is not earning more than 40 lakhs rupees per annum, that tea stall does not want or that is not obligatory for that tea stall
Yeah, correct, correct,
owner to
correct,
get registered under GST. So that means he
correct,
would not be having an obligation to uh, get the GST, or that is GSTI number, right? Is that it?
correct, 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 correct. Yeah.
Okay, fine. That is a very useful information for the people who really want to be an entrepreneur. That if the income or the turnover of your outlet is somewhere below 40 lakhs, you are not supposed to be. It's not necessary for you to be enrolled or registered under GST. So that's a very
Correct.
good.
Actually, so many persons and so many people are confused because they don't have idea of this turnover limit, and they started they get themselves registered, and after that they feel like that they are unable to comply with all the government policies. They are unable to comply with GST Act, and which resulted as heavy penalty and heavy late fees also. So it is important that if your turnover is below 40 lakh, then it is better you should not register yourself under
Okay,
this
fine. So
number.
that's a trick. That's a trick that if you do not want to be trapped, then there's all kind of regulations which are there. And if you have your turnover lower than 40 lakhs, then you should not. You should avoid registering this. This is the advice, or I mean, it's an illegal advice or a legal advice.
No, no, no. It is a like, see, there are two things. The first one is tax evasion, and the second one is tax planning. If you are going through a benefit, and if you are going through a proper tax planning provided to you by the government, then it is not tax evasion. Okay, if government is allowing you, if government is allowing you that your turnover is below 40 lakh, then you should not register yourself, and it is not mandatory. Then I think it is not a tax evasion. Okay, it is just
It's
a
not an
tax planning,
illegal
because
thing. That means.
yeah, it is not illegal, because it is more important, because we can see that once people get registered themselves, it is a service sector. They have to pay with higher rates. They have to pay with higher rate, as well as they have to pay with higher rate, as well as they have to cope up with all the compliances requirement, which is what I would suggest. to the people if their turnover is below 40 lakh.
Okay, okay, fine. So there is one more question which is there. Yeah, that is this regulation that you have just now told? Is it limited or it is specifically made by keeping in orientation the hospitality industry or food and beverage service sector only, or there are
Like see,
some other sectors also which are covered under this application or information or the kind of a policy which government has set up?
there is a turnover limit for segment wise also. Like if you have a fully service sector, then your turnover limit is 20 lakh. If you have a mixture of that, then your turnover limit is 40 lakh. So it depends upon what is the main core business of your what is the main core business activity. Okay, and I would like to correct myself. It is the 20 lakh for service sector,
Okay.
like hotels. It is not 40 lakh, it is 20 lakh. So, and for other businesses, like if you are trading, then it is 40 lakh. And also it depends upon state to state, because central government given this right to the state government also to increase and decrease the turnover limit. So it depends upon state as well.
So that limit of 20 lakhs can also be increased or can be decreased as well, right? By
Yeah,
the
yeah,
states.
yeah, by the states.
Okay, so it depends upon the state where you're residing and when you're opening the business. It depends upon their regulations whether you will have to pay the GST or not. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay.
Because GST is of like two separate government are coming to a particular platform and they shake hand. First one is central government and second one is state government. So there is a win-win situation for both of them.
Okay, and there is a confusion in my mind also, and I'm sure few of the viewers like me also will have a confusion and do not know the accounting very well. The confusion is uh, all about the combination that you have told. I mean, we don't understand what is GST. Like you have told that 20 lakh rupees is a limit for hospitality sector, above which they should be registering themselves under GST. But uh, let's say if I have served a meal to the guest, and on that, I'm not. Am I supposed to charge the service charges or service tax or GST? And if that is charged, then how is it separate from that 20 lakhs limit which is there on the turnover?
Like see, it is very simple. Service charge, service charges that is levied and charged by the hotels is a income of hotel. It would be part of their turnover. Correct. It is not related to the government taxes
Taxation.
and etc.
Okay.
Yeah, government taxes. It is not related to government taxes. What they have charged from you as a part of service charge, it will goes to the hotels only. And
No.
what they have charged to you in terms of goods and service tax, they would pay to the government.
So how? No, there is a this confusion is there. If they are supposed to pay the government GST, then how is that 20 lakh rupees rule is applicable to them? That means they don't have to pay the income tax to the government if their turnover is below 20 lakh rupees, or
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
understand.
no, no.
That's what it
It is
is.
not income tax. I will clear it that it is simple. Till the time your turnover is 20 lakh, you have not to register yourself. And if it is 20 lakh 1 rupees, then you are required to be mandatorily to be registered yourself. Correct. And if your turnover goes above 20 lakh, then the GST will be applicable on whole turnover.
So that is what I mean. The GST that we pay as a small time organization holder, the GST that we pay after selling the things to the guest, that GST is different, and the GST which is imposed upon the whole turnover, if it is increasing from the
No, no,
time,
no, no, no.
is that different
No, it is
for
not
both of
different.
them?
It is not different. It is not different. If you see that when we when we enjoy of services of a hotel, they provide us a taxable invoice. Correct. In that invoice, they charged GST. Correct. So basically, GST is indirect tax which is charged from the customer and consumer, and after adjusting their input tax credit, whatever available with the hotel, they pay the remaining amount to the government. So it is simple. Like it is an indirect tax which will be ultimately paid to the government only. And it is not a like it is not direct income tax, etc. It is indirect income which will be collected from the consumer and directly paid to the government. Simple. And service charge is the total income of the hotels.
Okay, so service charge is not something which is service charge is something which depends upon you whether you want to impose on the
Yeah,
guest or
yeah,
not.
correct.
And other service
It
taxes and
actually service charge
GSTs.
is generally charged by the hotels as a as the extraordinary services provided by them. Like it is an additional type of charges implemented by them for their services. That's it.
So
It is not
is there any
amount.
cap? Is there any cap on them from the government side? Is there any government's regulation that service industry should not impose service charges much more than this percent or
No,
something like
no,
that?
no, 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 no.
So everything like VAT and service taxes which were there have been abolished, and the only thing which is applied or imposed is GST.
Yeah,
On
correct.
all right, fine. See, it's been a very nice session, and I hope that our students who are there and the watchers, viewers also, will be benefited with the kind of a session that we have taken. Even if you take the advantages to the viewers, I'm saying, even if you take the advantages of a small thing which has been shared by the experts on our panel, it will be very useful for you. And let me say that we, as a university and a part of university, have been guided by the university very well regarding the conduction of webinars. So the motto is to not stop learning while you're inside in your homes also, and that's what has been the objective of the organization. And again, I want to thank Shubham for taking his time out for this for the webinar that we have had here today. And I would like to say that the students again will be benefited from the valuable experience and valuable knowledge that you have shared. At the same time, I want to thank the VU centralized agency for organizing the webinar and supporting us with the kind of a support that is needed for organizing it. Thank you very much, all, and have a good day. And I pray that your health remains good and everything becomes good. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Thank you,
Thank you,
Shubham.
thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kapil sir, and thank you, Harvard University, as well for giving me such a great opportunity. And thanks to everyone. And hope this pandemic situation will be over so very well very soon. So be healthy and stay home, stay safe.
Okay, thank you, Shubham.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you.